choosing the money or choosing something you're passionate about?
It's hard to follow your passion if you're broke. They don't have that drive to become an entrepreneur. Either you are or you aren't. And that's only for you to decide. See, the problem with that, motivation goes up and down.
Did you go to the gym today?
Yes.
Were you motivated to go to the gym
Hell
today?
no. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Winners Club podcast, where our motto is, even when you don't win, you learn, and learning is a form of winning. And my name is Brian Trin, your host. I got my co-host over there, PJ Padua.
Yo, what's up, guys? How you doing?
We got a fire episode for you guys today. So, PJ, hit it off.
Let's do it. So we're going to do something new on the show. We're going to do a little quick 3 Q&A Thursday. So I'm just going to ask a couple random questions, and feel free, guys, to throw us some questions, whether it's on Instagram or the email or a comment on YouTube. Give us your questions. So let's get right into it. Brian, I want to ask you, what's more important, do you think, in business, choosing the money or choosing something you're passionate about?
That's a tough one because we got to give people some context. So the context is this: if you're starting out, and you don't know what to do, try starting off with your passion, but look deep into your passion to see if you can actually make money off of it. Not all passions pay.
Yeah.
And not all passions will pay today. What I mean by that is that some things you're passionate about will take years to develop.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to ask yourself, do you have those years to wait? And do you have the ability to pay your bills, get by, and live?
Yeah.
So I would argue that, yes, if your passion pays bills, let's say you're passionate about real estate.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Lucky you. You can make money in real estate.
Mm-hmm.
If your passion is, I put me on the spot here, but something that doesn't really translate to money today, maybe don't focus on that just yet and go after the money.
Yeah.
And then fund your passion later.
Mm.
Yeah, that's kind of how I would approach it.
I understand.
Lucky for me, I was kind of passionate about real estate, owning, buying, flipping, helping people buy and sell. So there was a way for me to kind of convert that to cash and then live. But if I was, let's say, a up-and-coming artist painting, that would probably be very hard and long before I could monetize, right? So I would have to do something in the meantime to, pay bills, get by, build, right? Even my good friend Larry, I think, before he blew up, he was doing other stuff.
Yeah.
Something that I can't really mention on YouTube, but he was doing that to make sure things were,
Of course.
paying the bills, feeding his kid, hustling. Same thing. So that's kind of how I would approach it.
I definitely get it. My story was a little bit different. I just so happened to be passionate about video editing, and the world was already leaning into like video content, things like that. But I think that's kind of hard for me to imagine, just because, being passionate is the only thing that really drove me in the beginning. Do you think people should always stick to their passion in the beginning?
But you had a job too.
I did have a job too. That's actually 100% true.
Yeah, you had a job at Tesla.
Yeah.
And that paid your bills while you were perfecting your craft, working the extra Saturday, Sunday, picking up jobs, doing videos, editing videos. So you were pursuing your passion, but you were also chasing the money.
Yeah.
Because you got to live, right? We live in a
definitely
where we live. It's not cheap to live, so you do need to make some kind of money.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
So to all the listeners out there, guys, you don't have to, you hear it all the time. You hear entrepreneurs, especially like Gary Vee, go into your passion, go into your passion. Sometimes it doesn't make money. But what is also nice is having money and then being able to, create, documentaries out of passion, just because that's what fires you up.
Yeah.
You get you get best of both worlds. You get money and you get the passion.
So you got to really dive deep and understand your passion and understand where you are in life.
Mm-hmm.
If you can, give your all in your passion, great. If you can't, don't think that you hear all these other gurus and say, he told me to follow my passion. Well, bro, it's hard to follow your passion if you're broke.
Yeah, 100%. For sure. I like that. Let's go on to question number 2. We're going to make these real quick for you guys. Variety of topics. So, do you think, honestly, Brian, Can anyone be an entrepreneur?
No. Some people are not made to be entrepreneurs. Can you teach somebody? I'm going to still say no. I'm going to lean towards no. I've been around long enough to see that you either have it or you don't.
Yeah.
Some people don't want the entrepreneur life. They don't want the sacrifice. They don't want the responsibility.
Yeah.
They can't handle it. They don't want to handle it.
Are you saying it's like choice? Like the way that you're describing it sounds like it's people's choice, right? It doesn't really go like internally. It's not them. It's their choice. Or do you think something differently? Like there is a gene that somebody is born with, you know?
Yeah, I think you.
It's a hard one because
I've
upset a lot of people.
I'm just trying to think of in my life, like there's a lot of people that I just can't help.
Yeah.
And they don't have that drive to become an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And so there's nothing you can do. You can lead them to the water, but you can't make the horse drink.
Yeah.
And that's why I think not everybody can be an entrepreneur. Not everybody can go out there and create, build, risk it all. Now they can be intrapreneurs.
Yeah, I was just gonna transition to that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that.
The only difference is that, when stuff hits the fan, the entrepreneur is responsible. The intrapreneur may be out of a job, but they're not like held responsible.
Yeah, who's gonna go bankrupt at the end of the day? So I think that's something for a lot of the listeners who maybe feel attacked. They're like, hey, I want to be an entrepreneur, and Brian's telling me I can't. It's not so bad to be someone who just works the high level with a good company.
I didn't say you can't, but it's like either you are or you aren't.
Yeah.
And that's only for you to decide.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
I think so. I think there a lot of it is just that drive in you. If you're listening to this and you're someone who's just declining everything that we're saying, you probably are an entrepreneur. If you're like, oh, like I don't care what they say, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
That sounds like the gene and the drive. I only bring this up too because I feel like I always had it. I was a young buck. I was a young buck in middle school, and I was just thinking about this other day, and I remember like this is the first time when I was trying to collect money.
Yeah.
And I was a kid. I wanted to get skateboards. I wanted to get things. My mom wouldn't let me buy stuff, and I was like, oh, if I ask everybody on the playground right now for $1, and I ask 20 people, I might have $20.
There you go.
And
let me look up the definition. I'm looking up the definition of an entrepreneur.
Let's hear it.
A person who organizes and operates a business or businesses, taking on greater than normal financial risk in order to do so.
Yeah, that sounds like me, right?
So, a person who organizes and operates a business. So, but here's the thing. Where you're crafting the question like it's a bad thing to not want to be an entrepreneur, and I'm here to tell you that couldn't be further from the truth.
Yeah,
because again, this is a business podcast, but there are multiple ways to approach business.
Yeah,
so you can go and work for somebody and work in their company, make a boatload of money, either in sales or just a high salary. And then you take that money and you go in and just buy one rental a year or one rental every few years.
Yeah.
In the course of 30 years, you're now sitting on 10 rentals.
Yeah.
And of course, in 30 years, you probably would have paid off one or two of those properties.
Yeah. And you got
now
benefits.
You're set. And you never had to risk or organize a business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So nothing wrong with it.
That
But you
sound
just
that
obviously
bad.
you just asked the question, like, can anybody be an entrepreneur? And I'm going to say, again, go back to it and say it, probably not. Because there is a lot of stress. And some people don't handle stress well.
Yeah.
There are a lot of responsibilities.
Yeah.
And some people they can't handle it either. You can't lead people, or you can't keep yourself self-disciplined to do what's needed.
Yeah.
So, go work for somebody.
I like that. 100%. I like what you said. So all the listeners out there, hey, you go figure it out yourself. Go see if you're meant to be one or not.
Yeah.
And come back and let us know. Let us know if we're wrong. All right. So we're going to go for the last question. And Brian, how do you respond to not being motivated?
Yeah, the first thing that you need to understand is that you should never rely on motivation to do anything. You should rely on good habits, a strict discipline, whether when it comes to like your calendar.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do that, you'll consistently like move forward. The problem with motivation, and I'm going to give you guys an example, right? Every new year, you look at yourself in the mirror after a big Thanksgiving and Christmas feast, and you're not happy with yourself, and you're like, oh my God, like I'm going to get so motivated. Like I'm pumped. You go to the gym once and you're like pumped.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm feeling strong.
Yeah.
Then the next day, let's say you get a little back sore or, you get injured a little bit.
Yeah.
You lose that motivation.
Yeah.
You don't want to go anymore.
No.
And you just go back into your same slump. See, the problem with that, motivation goes up and down.
Mm-hmm.
Discipline, sticking to a strict regimen, a strict schedule, doesn't matter how I feel, you just show up. Now, I may work out harder one day when I'm motivated than on days when I don't feel as much, like going.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that you're still constantly sticking to the routine, and then eventually it really becomes just a second nature to just continue to go.
Yeah, for sure.
I pulled my back a couple of days, like a week ago, but it's just ingrained in my DNA now that I just have to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Have I been deadlifting and have I been squatting? No.
Yeah.
Have I been pushing it and running like super fast? No.
Yeah.
But I'm there and I do what I can because,
So
I'm disciplined. I tell myself I'm going to do it.
Did you go to the gym today?
Yes.
Were you motivated to go to the gym
Hell
today?
no. It's 40 something degrees. It's 40 degrees.
Yeah.
It's cold. It's wet. My back is like my sciatica that I have now. It's killing me. It's killing me right now to sit here and hop on this podcast. But guess what? It's on my schedule to do it. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm not motivated to sit here and continue to do these podcasts.
For sure.
Even, for example, our subscriber count, right? We go up. Some months we grow, we gain a lot. Some months we don't gain very much.
Yeah.
When it goes up, I'm super motivated. I'm like, yeah, what we're doing is working.
Yeah.
I'm going to shoot more. But like this past week, we didn't gain that much followers.
But we need to be.
What am I going to be? Like, oh, man, I'm not motivated.
Yeah.
Oh, man, let's just quit.
Yeah.
No way, bro.
You need to put that discipline in.
Yeah, we're disciplined. We say what we're going to do, and we do what we're going to say.
Dude, I like that. I want to also chime in to put some clarity for people in perspective. Motivation feels good. Motivation is supposed to feel good.
Yep.
And discipline, I mean, if you're normal, and I don't want to say no, why do I keep on saying that? But if you're to an average person, discipline is hard. It's hard and it's not sexy by any means, but it's what's gonna keep you going alongst your path.
You know what gets me motivated?
Always going to be there for you.
You know what gets me motivated to go to the gym? All those Rocky movies. Like that one scene. But what am I going to do? Watch a 1.5 hour movie every single time I go work out? Like, it doesn't work that way.
Dude, that's like when you read books, right? Or audibles and you're listening to, you're so motivated.
Yeah.
And then you're like, let me find another podcast to listen to, get more motivated. And you just keep on doing that, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, go out and do something about it.
Yeah, great. If you're motivated and you go to the gym, you're going to have a freaking amazing workout.
Yeah.
But if you're not motivated, you're still going to have an amazing workout.
Yeah.
Because you're disciplined enough to just follow what you say you're going to do.
Yeah, I would say if you're feeling motivated, I would say use that to your full advantage for momentum. And then when it's gone, you guys have to lean on discipline. 100%.
Yeah, lead with discipline first.
Dude.
Cool.
I like that.
What are the questions?
Hey, that was about it. Should I check the Instagram? Let me check the Instagram live. Let's see.
Did you ask something?
I did.
Oh, shoot.
Let's get any questions? No questions yet?
Yeah, you got to give it some time. Nobody's on right now. It's 11 a.m.
Everybody's grinding, man. Everybody's too busy listening to the podcast. All right, guys. Well, that was a quick one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Switching up things, getting the podcast better, updating YouTube and whatnot. So please give us a like, give us a follow. Share this with some friends that you feel like could bring a lot of value to it. And yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one, okay?
Peace.
Peace out.